As I was considering what to include for today's festival as part of the Genius Tree, this 365-day series of festivals, I was most intrigued to stumble upon the Day of Light and living together. What a beautiful thing to celebrate. A day of light is never going to not be welcome, but the idea of living together. Living together, to me, seems as though it's the greatest challenge we face as humans, learning to find ways to truly live in harmony together. It's sad, I suppose, in a way, to think how difficult that is, especially for beings that share so many fundamental human needs. We all need warmth, shelter, food, water. We all need a sense of comfort, safety, inspiration, playfulness, love. We all need opportunities to socialise, to communicate. We need to be seen, we need to be heard, we need to have a sense of integration into a wider community. And yet so many of these needs are not met, and we still don't seem to have learnt ways to communicate that which enable us to live in harmony with each other without blaming each other for our issues, without putting responsibility for our unhappiness outside of ourselves. I've had a few experiences of working in community projects and trying to work in groups of people, and it's just such an incredible challenge, especially as today we find ourselves more and more atomized, more and more polarized around particular subjects. And so trying to wrestle some kind of connectivity out of that disharmony is probably one of the biggest challenges we face as human beings. So today, I want to bear all of that in mind as I join in the celebrations of this festival of living together, to realise that the task we have ahead of us, if we're going to develop these skills, is not one to be arrogant about. It is probably the biggest challenge that we face as human beings. You know, just recent years, the arrival of lockdowns broke so many families, businesses and communities in two over a single subject, and that for me was probably one of the most disheartening aspects, to see how divisive one single issue could become, let alone all of the other issues that we are yet to face in terms of finding a way of living in right relationship with ourselves and with each other and with this planet. So let's not assume the worst, neither let's not assume that we have it all sorted out, because there's still a way ahead, I believe. I'm an optimist, but I'm not naive either. So today I'm joining in the celebration of the Day of Light and the Festival of Living Together.